All right, guys, the Utah Jazz have now lost 4 in a row. This loss brought to you by the Toronto Raptors minus Kawhi Leonard. It's pretty bad right now for Jazz fans, but let's talk about this game a little bit. First, we're going to talk about the Raptors, then we're going to talk about the Jazz. If you didn't know, the Raptors are really good. Tonight they were without Kawhi Leonard, playing the Jazz, who were also without not arguably, he is their best offensive player in Donovan Mitchell. And the Raptors were great tonight. They shot the ball really well. I was looking at their stats. Just as a team, the Raptors were just incredibly efficient. 57% from the field, 39% from three, and they shot 92% from the line. Although they didn't go to the line as often as Utah did, but when they did, they made it count, 13 of 14. Utah went to the line 41 times, but made 65% of those free throws, so did not take advantage of that. Some of that, honestly, and if you're a Raptors fan, you're annoyed by that. Main reason is they just made a lot of shots. If you make your shots, you don't get fouled. Although, although it seems like all the shots they took, they just made everything. The Raptors were really, really good tonight. Some of that, you've just got to give credit to the Raptors. Kyle Lowry is a beast. He's leading the league in assists. He is a strong, strong guard, great leader, plays well, shows up. He's great. Interestingly enough, the Jazz wanted to go after Kyle Lowry in free agency, but he re-signed with the Raptors, which makes that, interesting that DeMar DeRozan leaves. Like, Kyle Lowry had an offer from the Jazz, I'm sure, because I know that they were interested in him. And then DeMar DeRozan gets traded. That can give you a little insight. Like, Kyle Lowry was invested in Toronto and invested in DeRozan. He gets traded. Kawhi Leonard obviously is an upgrade. The Raptors' best team in the East might be the best team in the league. It's going to be fun to watch them play Golden State this year. I haven't seen if they played them yet. Let me know in the comments, Raptors fans. Sorry, I haven't seen every single one of your games. But they're good. Raptors are good. The Jazz are not good right now. The Jazz are very, very bad. And part of that is because the Raptors were really good, played great defense. Part of that is the Jazz can't make shots. Since Golden State game, Joe Ingles was shooting 28% going into tonight. Tonight, Joe Ingles was 23% from the field, 33% from three. So actually an improvement, 33% for Joe, 2 for 6. Maybe that's something that can improve. But there's a trend right now, and we're going to start talking about this because it's becoming very apparent the Jazz need to make some moves either with their starting lineup or in trade or what. Ricky Rubio tonight was 1 for 10, 0 for 4 from 3. He did make 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Did have 9 assists, which is surprising, but was a minus 22 for the game. Only 1 turnover tonight, so that's nice for Rubio. But right now, those numbers don't tell. It was not a good game for Ricky Rubio. Minus 22 tells you everything you need to know about the defense and the ability to stop the other player. Terrible. But the other player that struggled, minus 22, was Derrick Favors. Now, Derrick Favors actually played pretty well, and you can't really fault Favors for that minus 22. The thing is that Derrick Favors has proven to be, at least, especially now with the modern NBA and with the new freedom of movement and stretchability, he's a center. Derrick Favors plays backup to Rudy. He starts the game with Rudy, but then ends up transitioning to be the backup center. When he's on the floor and with the backups, it's not bad. But when it's with the starting unit against starters, especially with Rudy on the floor, it doesn't work because it makes things harder on the other players to get to the rim, to make passes in pick and roll, because the opposing bigs don't really have to guard him. And I know Favors has worked on that corner three, and you hope that can develop, but it's just not really fair of everyone else to have to find a way to the rim and have the offense run smoothly when there's just not a lot of space. It's just the thing right now with the Jazz is they're not playing well. And part of that is because the Jazz are very easy to guard for other teams. If Ricky Rubio's shooting, you don't have to really guard him that much. If Derrick Favors is in the corner, you can just sag off him. And so if Dante or Donovan or Alec Burks or whoever goes to the rim, you have to deal with 2 bigs blocking your shot. It's really bad. So the Jazz just have a tough thing right now. They've got to make some tough decisions. They need to make a change to the starting power forward, and I know that means you're paying $16 million to Derrick Favors to be your backup center, but that's okay. If it helps you win games, it doesn't really matter. Starting, Starting right now, the Jazz should be playing the players that give them their best chance to win. In this game, in a loss, Rudy Gobert was -4. In a game the Jazz lost by almost 20-something points, Rudy was -4. What does that tell you? Rudy was good. Let's see. I'm looking for Jae Crowder. Jae Crowder was a -13 in a 20-something loss. Now, does it get better if you make the starting unit change? Maybe. I honestly, you've got to go with the players that you have, and I just think Dante Exum, who was a -2 in a 20-something point loss, should be starting because at the very least he has elite athleticism, the elite first step to get to the rim, put pressure on the defense, and if you have Jae Crowder on the perimeter, you can pass it out to get 3-point shots. And Jae Crowder's shooting just under 40% from 3 this year. Tonight he was 0 for 6, so that 3-point percentage is going to drop for sure, but he spreads the floor. The Jazz are just not that good right now, and a change might need to happen, whether it's a trade, whether it's just change the starting lineup, mix things up. The other big thing is Donovan Mitchell didn't play tonight. Did anyone have any questions about how important Donovan Mitchell is to this team and him playing well? When Donovan Mitchell is playing well, he is transcendent, and this team is really, really good. Tonight he wasn't playing, and you missed him. And then when you have players like Ricky Rubio and Jae Crowder and Joe Ingles not have good nights offensively, you're not going to win. Anyways, the Jazz will turn it around. They look tired. They look bad. Things will get better. A change probably needs to happen, but that's okay. Change is good sometimes. Change is pretty good. Anyways, guys, big shout out to Ben Coombs who put in the new logo, the new intro. Let me know what you think. It's freaking awesome. Go talk to Ben Coombs. He's freaking awesome. Good Jazz fan, great artist, doing great things. Also like and subscribe this video. Toronto fans too. Toronto fans, am I wrong? What am I wrong about? Let me know. And guess what? We're going to start doing more NBA stuff, especially if the Jazz can't win games because that's really hard to watch. I'll talk to you later.